Hey guys, what is the best? Which option is better? Which option is the most beneficial? Which one is, which one, period? So, no matter what it is that you guys are struggling to decide between, this is if you have an option A and if you have a option B. Okay? If you have any more options than that, then this reading may not be that beneficial for you. Okay, so this reading you watch, if you have multiple options but you have narrowed down to at least two, then this is for you. What I may do in the future is a reading for multiple options, but this is for those of you who you have already done a selection process. You've kind of narrowed down most of your options and you've gotten to down to your top two. Okay. Or you may only just have just a couple of options. Okay. And you are absolutely just stricken with you don't know which option to select. So if you're anything like me right now, and this is one reason why I decided to do this reading, because I actually have been looking for a business office space for one of my businesses. And because I'm expanding and I'm about to do some big things. And it's very, very important and crucial for me to have the best office space possible. Okay. It's also crucial for me to have a lot of different kinds of options, period, to go with that space. Okay. So I've looked at different places. I've narrowed down to two. I have an option A and I have an option B. I'm going to put this here and I'm going to put this here because one of my options is here, one is there. However, this reading I prayed before I turned the camera on, it can resonate for you as well. Whatever your option A is, you decide right now what your option A is and then decide what your option B is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle cards for option A and I'm going to shuffle cards for option B. And I'm going to do option A first, then I'm going to do option B second. And then you guys, you can decide from the information that you get from both decks what option will truly be the most beneficial for you, the best for you, or what whatever it is. You know what I'm saying, that you're hoping for. You may discover that both options are good, but they both may have pros and cons. Some of you may already know that both options are pretty well balanced and pretty good, but you want to know what the pros and cons are. What are the things that you may or may not be able to see? What are the things that maybe you're already concerned about that you feel like you need more insight on? And that's the one thing that tarot readings are good for, is getting insight. And if you feel like you need a reading that is more personalized to your situation rather than a general reading for the collective for option A, option B, between one or more options that you have, then you can seek me out for a personal reading, you guys. Okay. This reading will be $25. Okay. If you just, and I say that because, like I said, I'm not trying to like complicate anything, but I've never really made this reading an option to people before. So that this is all off of the fact that I realized that I needed to do a reading like this for myself. And then I'm like, you know what? There may be somebody else out here who absolutely needs a reading on something like this. And I look at other channels, for readings and things like that, because even tarot readers have their favorite channels. I didn't see hardly any readings like this. I think I saw like maybe one, literally like one. And all the others were more related to, I think, love life. This is relating to whatever. You understand? Whatever. If you're looking at houses, if you're looking at jobs, if you're looking at careers, if you're looking at people, if you're looking at ideas, vacations, relationships, love life, whatever, you know. So that's the other thing that I noticed. Even if there were readings like this that I saw, they were all related to just love life and relationships. And we all know that there's more going on in our lives sometimes than love life and relationship. We're not all obsessed over love life and relationship. However, if you are, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. We all have been there at some point. So that's not to down you guys. It's just to say that right now, this reading can relate to whoever is just kind of like indecisive or stuck trying to figure out what the pros or the cons are for option A, option B, or choice 1 or choice 2, or finding it really hard to choose between one or more things. But that's only if you've narrowed it down to 2. Okay, so if you're still struggling to narrow it down to 2, then you might want to seek out a personal reading with me, or you might want to just sit down and narrow down your list. Okay, I may even do a video on how to narrow things down, but for me, this is really hard because I'm looking at 2 different business office locations that I love them both. However, I do see pros and cons to both. And I'm just like, what do I do? This has never been more hard for me because this is something that really matters to me a whole lot. And I'm about to be doing some serious things, you guys. And I'm so excited about it. But I know how crucial this is as well, you know? All right, so, and let me check my battery. Okay, I might have to plug in my other charger here because my charger, this one is not working out so well. So I apologize. Wow. More technical difficulties. Okay, hopefully no more technical difficulties here. Okay, so I'm going to go for selection A right now, and then I'll do selection B. And then you guys at the end can determine which situation or which person or which job or which career or which location or which house or which place or which whatever it is will be the most beneficial for you guys. And I apologize if this cuts off for any reason because I am having so many technical difficulties and my chargers are acting funny. Today's been one heck of a day. Okay. Okay, so for selection A, and bear with me here with the so that one flipped up here. You guys go to the top right hand corner of your screen. So your screen, select the video settings and go on speed settings and then select either 1.5x or 2x so that you can see these readings in half the time but still be able to see everything. Okay, so I got one card there. Now this is the Justice card. Okay. However, this Justice card, I'm a little concerned about because this is not my traditional, you know, Rider-Waite or Sherman Caselli tarot deck. This is my whimsical tarot deck. And the whimsical tarot deck, it's based off of fairy tales with the imagery and the themes. And some of the imagery and themes are a little different than the traditional, you know, imagery and meanings of the Rider-Waite or Sherman Caselli, which are more traditional. So this Justice card is pointing out that someone here is being accused of doing something, you know, because this is, what is this? You know, the 3 bears where you got, like the little girl who goes in and she enters into a house that she finds after she's wandering through the forest, and then she realizes, you know, hey, you know, this is somebody's house because the bears come in and they say, hey, someone's sleeping in my bed. So she's getting accused, essentially. What I'm looking at, she's getting accused here of, you know, overstepping some sort of boundaries or doing something that she's not supposed to be doing, but she was innocent. You know, she didn't mean any harm. She didn't mean anything by her curiosity. She wasn't trying to do anything wrong. But you know, you got an authority kind of looking in on the situation. He's not doing anything, but he's kind of looking in. If you can see him back there in the background right there. So it's kind of one of these things where this situation for, you know, when it comes to selection A, it looks like, I don't want to say something's unfair or something's unbalanced. Could there be some fairness and balance to come out of it? Could there be some justness to come out of the situation? Sure, it could be. But it looks like there is a need for balance here. It looks like there's a need for maybe setting boundaries or boundary lines not being crossed or something, or establishing boundaries for whatever reason. And maybe there's also a need for better, I feel like, and this is all intuitively I'm also getting from this, maybe better communication or something, because she likely needs to explain herself here, because she's being accused of doing something that she didn't have any business doing, but she didn't realize she was doing anything wrong. You know, she was just curious, looking around, wandered across this place, and you know, but you know, like I said, there's a concerned authority figure, but I don't feel like there's anything that's going to be done in terms of like something wrong going on. But there's a Queen of Wands in reverse, so this is someone who could be this could be someone who's not who's upset or not too happy or not too thrilled. This could also be some sort of, like I said, authority figure, a manager, a boss, or this could be someone who is in a leadership position, or someone who could be a manager, a boss, or whatever, that they seem to be in the reverse here. This also could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or someone with that energy in their chart, or just someone with fiery type of energy, okay? So when I see a Queen of Wands in reverse, this is someone being angry, upset, temperamental, someone being suspicious, someone being maybe even sneaky themselves, you know, or whatever it is. It's just not good energy. It's not good leadership, okay? Let me see what else I can get in regards to this situation here for situation A. And this pops out. This pops up before I can even finish shuffling. So this is the Two of Pentacles, but this is the Two of Pentacles in a sense to me in the reverse. In a sense, it's not upside down, but this is the vice versa tarot. So in a sense, this could be considered reverse, or it can be, even if it's not read in reverse, it can be considered to be looking at this from a different angle here. So traditionally, the Ace of Pentacles, excuse me, if you are doing too many things, you could miss your opportunity from juggling, or, you know, trying to make things work. You can miss out on your ships coming through. But when it's on the other side here, it's more like juggling to really be able to see things work out, and literally being able to see everything ahead, literally being able to see your court. You know what I'm saying? Literally being able to see the court. This young man can see the court, but at the same time, he's entertaining people. You may or may not be able to see that here in the card. But he's entertaining people. So he's juggling in the court here, and he's entertaining people. Okay. He's making whatever it is he's doing work, and people, they're looking, they're watching, and they seem to be entertained. They seem to be amused and whatnot. And he seems to be doing his thing here, you know. So whatever he's doing, I feel like it's illuminated, but it's not illuminated in a negative way. Okay. So I feel like, though with this situation, there may be some concern about if things are going to be fair and balanced, or if things are going to work out, or if you're going to get what it is you feel you deserve. Because that's also what the Justice card is about, getting what you feel you deserve, or getting what you feel is owed to you. or getting things to be fair, or making sure things are fair. But like I said, if things are not fair for whatever reason, things are not in balance, things are not in line, if you feel like you're not getting what it is that you're supposed to get, if someone is trying to accuse you, because like I said, in this card, the Whimsical Tarot, she's being accused of something that she wasn't even aware she was really doing that was considered wrong. So either you or someone else is doing this, you know, or someone else is coming at you this way, or you're coming at someone this way, and someone else is looking into it that may be authority figure. But either way it go, this is also sometimes a lack of passion when I see the Queen of Wands in reverse. So either there's, you know, a loss of interest in the situation because of, or the loss of interest in the option or whatever because of, you know, being targeted in some kind of way, or things being imbalanced or unfair, or wanting things to be balanced and fair, or wanting to get what it is you feel you deserve or whatever. But it's like I said, it looks like somebody is not too happy, not too thrilled, maybe upset, maybe even frustrated. Someone doesn't know how to communicate or lead. And keep in mind, some things are coming to me intuitively, but it looks like things kind of end up working out where either you or them, or in the situation, things find, I feel like things do find a balance here, because I'm also looking at, he's not also just juggling, but these two things are balanced. And you got the 8 there, that's the infinity sign. So that's like things flowing. Things are flowing. There's a proper ebb and flow. So if this is relating to money, finances, jobs, career, or, you know, any other kind of options related to your prosperity or your, you know, benefits or benefiting in some form, you will see that ebb and flow there. You will see things work out, even though it may have seemed to take a juggling act and put it on a show, or being able to show what you can do here. People will see it, and people will be, I think, impressed with it or amused by it. So I think that's a good thing. So let me see what other details come up here, and then I'll do some advice cards real quick. My phone keeps saying low battery, but I'm just going to let it do its thing. Hopefully it don't cut off. So the Coffin card pops out. This is interesting. I feel like that Coffin card is just pointing out that I want to say the deal is sealed here, or the coffin is sealed here, meaning I feel like someone may feel like this is a done deal. Okay. Someone may feel like this is, whether this is going to work out for them or not, or whether it's not, whether it will or whether it won't. This is a done deal, or this is a sealed deal. Okay. That's what I'm getting. Someone may be considering, let's see what else. Yeah, and I feel like it's because there is a lack of passion or happiness here. I feel like somebody's not too thrilled for some reason here with this particular option or situation. It feels like there's a lack of joy, a lack of passion. This is interesting. And it's relating to whoever the Queen of Wands is in reverse, whether that is the energy that you're taking on, or that is someone else's energy entering in here in the situation, or in, you know, influencing or interfering in a situation. Part of me wants to say they're interfering in the situation. What other details can I get about situation A? Okay, so the Never card, and it falls on sealing the deal. So this is either, you know, in this situation, something cannot be completed, something cannot be sealed, or something cannot be accounted for some reason, or a never-ending situation. Because remember, I said you got the, you know, the infinity sign here on this particular Two of Coins. And infinity is never ending. It's like endless opportunities, if you ask me, even though it's a lot of, you know, juggling to make things work, or it's a lot of balancing things to make things work. It's still, this is pointing out, it's a never ending prosperous situation. But it's like, for some reason here, I'm concerned here that someone here in option A, or in option A, there's an issue of feeling like it's going to be a not so, like it's going to be a miserable situation or a not so great situation, because of feeling like it's a never ending situation with maybe, I don't know if it's like somebody, yeah, it feels like it's a never ending battle or fight for some reason. For some reason. Let's figure out what else is going on, because it feels like I said, either there's somebody who's always just not going to be happy, or not going to be too pleased, or someone's not going to be fair, or something is not going to be fair for some reason, or balanced. But let's see. This is like pretty interesting, you know? This is really interesting, guys. So you guys let me know how this resonates for you. I'm definitely looking at how this resonates for me. This is really interesting. And keep in mind, you guys, like I said, though I'm, you know, participating in this reading myself, just like you guys as an audience, I don't really know a whole lot about this, you know, these situations, other than I've toured the buildings, you know what I'm saying? I've met, you know, with the leasing agents, and I've met with the, you know, the building owners, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've checked out, you know, the different options and amenities available, you know what I'm saying? So like, there's not, other than just using my own intuition, I know what things I see that I like and things I don't. But it's for the most part, they're both good options. They're only tiny little, you know, pros and cons. And so I'm just trying to see what else is going on in the situation that could help me figure out if it, you know, which option is going to be better than the other. So, you know, even I'm kind of like, how does this relate, you know, to some extent? It could be, you know, we're not supposed to read for ourselves, but we can sometimes. We can sometimes. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at this just like you guys are and see how it makes sense. Ultimately, though, I got a feeling that I'm going to just roll the dice or go with logic, because it's never been a tougher choice. And for some reason, I feel like that may be the same for you guys. These two want to come out. So let's see what's going on with these. So, interesting. I don't know why the new beginnings in reverse and shadow. So I'm looking at someone here feels like they're not able to walk through the door. And it may be because someone is, even though you may have, you know, even though someone may have their heart set on something here, and whether this is you guys or someone else, and this should be more so about you guys to some extent, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily about someone else. Others may be involved, but, you know, it looks like, so, you know, there's this whole thing of feeling like you cannot walk through the door for some reason. Like the door is not there, or the opportunity is not there, or just feeling like for some reason you cannot walk through the door for whatever reason. And you may have your heart set on something, but either you're being hard on yourself about it, whatever this is you have your heart set on, or someone else is being hard on you about it, or criticizing you in some form. So once again, there's this same running theme here where someone is either criticizing oneself, or someone else is criticizing someone here. It's like I feel like a part of this is about, it's an internal struggle and a fight. Okay. It feels like an internal struggle or fight. And let me, there. Yeah. It just feels like an internal struggle or fight somehow. It could be a literal struggle or fight with someone or with some people internal, like someone on the inside. You know what I'm saying? You guys, let me move this up closer. There. That's better. Just want to come up. So, prayer card. So this is a card that is signifying that making the most of the situation. I feel like you guys will be able to make the most of the situation, but it may take a prayer, or it may just take you guys taking whatever it is that you don't like and turn it into something good, like getting creative on, well, how can you take some things that you don't feel is so ideal and turn it into something better, or turn it into something that you will like or that will be beneficial. Okay. The other thing I want to point out about this card is this is also like there's two options here. There's the city, and then there's, you know, the suburbs or the country, but it's more so this is the country, this is the city. You know what I'm saying? So once again, it's kind of like I feel like it's pointed out you can get a little bit of both here. You know what I'm saying? You're just going to have to take the bitter with the sweet, you know? And with the bitter and the sweet put together, you really can get a good combination here. So everything may not be exactly perfect or 100% perfect or ideal to what it is that you want. And that may be what your internal struggle or fight is. Or, you know, everyone may not agree to the terms, or everyone may not see eye to eye, or everybody may not have the same kind of policy or way of doing things, or whatever it may be, you know, or your ideals or standards for what it is that you want or looking for. Some things may fit your ideals or standards, some things may not, you know, but I feel like you can find that that perfect compromise, that perfect balance, and make lemonade out of it, make the most out of it, make the best out of it, and see like endless prosperity. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. Like the picture gets more clear when I see all of the cards, you know. The more cards I pull, the more clear the situation becomes to me, because it literally is like a picture is being painted here. Okay, so if it hasn't made sense yet, then it might start to make sense now how this reading may resonate. Okay, take what resonates and what doesn't, you know, just leave it where it's at. But keep in mind that a personal reading may be more beneficial for you guys for your specific energy, your specific situation. You can just email me. You can check the description box below for more information for my email. You can check the you can also check the comment section below as well to see my email and how you can get a personal reading with me. Okay. All right. Final shuffle on that, and then let's just, what's going to come out here? What's going to come out? What's going to come out? What's going to come out? There we go. One right there. So 6 of Earth here. This is about generosity. This is about the fact that you will receive some sort of help or some sort of guidance. You will receive, some of you will receive gifts of money, time, or effort. Some of you will definitely see new career opportunities. Some of you may receive a loan or get to pay off some debts. Others of you may receive a line of credit. Others of you may receive assistance in some form, or some of you may find yourself helpful to others. Okay, so either someone's going to be helpful to you, or you're going to be helpful to someone else with the 6 of Earth, the 6 of Coins there. But I'm also looking at the scales here. There's scales and balance. So this reading is pointing out a lot about scales and balance. So the checks and balances will be there, is what I want to say. you will find that you will get whatever it is that you need out of the situation and that things will balance out. I feel like it's just going to require you to have better faith, which is why I believe that prayer card came out earlier. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see what we got here. So within the next few weeks, and you're ready. So I'm going to take that as within the next few weeks, you'll be ready. Okay. Let me see what other advice cards you got coming up here. Pretty interesting read. Okay, that one fell on out. So, okay, interesting. Spread the light in reverse. Okay. But the advice is always read in the upright. But the reason why it came out in reverse is because you're not spreading the light, meaning you're not leading the way, you're not lighting the way. Okay. You need to spread the light, meaning you need to lead the way, you need to light the way. If, through the darkness here, if you cannot see, then you need to somehow lead the way. So, you guys take that how you will. That could mean making sure you communicate a little better to address your concerns. It may mean, like I said, allowing yourself time to really allow your discernment to come through so that you can figure out how to go about the situation or where to go in the situation. Because things look a little dark and you may not be able to feel your way through it and see where you want to go with this or how you want to go about this. Yep, something wanted to come out. So let's see what else is going on here for the advice. Last shuffle on this and I'll move on. Okay. Okay, interesting. Guinevere card, true love. Like I said, keep in mind this is a general reading, so it can relate to any situation. But it says this is true love. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. In a general sense, I would interpret this as this is a true opportunity, or this is a true situation in which you can find passion here. You can find positive experiences here that will excite you, that will allow you to feel like you really belong, like you really fit. Or like this is a good fit for you. Okay, so for those of you who this doesn't necessarily resonate with your love life, that's how I interpret that card for this reading. And for those of you who it did resonate for your love life, you can just take the meaning that was given on the card. Okay, but I feel like you guys are going to get the prosperity you're seeking here out of this situation, or what it is that you're seeking benefit, to benefit you. And personally for me, it makes sense because, like I said, my options were, they both are good options, but it's just been hard to decide, But okay, so animals. Okay. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. That's a really ironic card, I guess. But how I would interpret that is we're all animals. We're all animals, okay? We're humans, okay? We're humans. So we're just a more higher intellect type of animal with the capability to think for ourselves and with the blessings of free will. So if the situation involves people for any reason, remember I mentioned earlier, you know, learning to communicate with people. And also, like I said, we have an inner compass to kind of help guide us through situations, okay? Um, for some of you, though, I suspect, though, that if you're stressed out and you have a pet or you like animals, you can either go to your closest animal shelter and be around animals to regain some peace and to feel a sense of unconditional love and give some unconditional love, or just grab your pet and just snuggle them up. Okay, that's very random, but I also take that from that particular card. Sometimes we all get really stressed out and we get worked up over situations and don't know what to do. Now, regardless if the situation relates to love or something else more general, I still pulled the Romance Angel cards because I still know how to relate them on a general level. Now, this is a good card because this can relate to anybody, no matter what your situation is. It's the Trust card. It's the Trust card. So it's pointing out to you the situation is calling for you to have faith and for you to truly just learn to trust your instincts and learn to follow your discernment and learn, you know, and learn to trust the prey and that things will work out. Okay? So that has been situation A. Okay? You guys determine for yourselves after you have seen situation B or option B, which option is the best for you, or which option is the most beneficial, or which option will serve your highest good, or, you know, work out the best for you according to the details and according to what you already know about the situation, okay? I'm not going to tell you guys how this resonates for me, but I totally understand how it does, believe it or not. And what's interesting is I've done this reading for myself before last night, and some of the same cards came out, or similar cards. And so it's never a coincidence or an accident, you know, when you see the same cards or the same information. You guys let me know how this resonates for you. I am going to move on to, you know, option or selection B. Keep in mind, like I said, this is a general reading that, you know, I'm participating in it because I got the idea to do it from the fact that I felt like I needed to do this reading for myself. And I decided, you know what, there might be others out here who need the same kind of guidance right now. So let me share this reading with the collective because I'm probably not the only one going through this situation right now with having more than one option or selection to choose from and not really knowing which one to choose. And in my case, it's career related and business related, okay? Because I'm taking some big steps, making some big moves, and like I said, I need to know which option is going to work out the best for me and my my other business, okay? My other business that's totally unrelated to this. But for you guys, whatever options you have, as long as it's been narrowed down to 2 options, you look at option A, see what the details are there, and then you come here and look at option B, and then you can determine for yourself which option is going to be the most beneficial for you guys, okay? Keep in mind, if you skip to option B first or whatever, make sure, because I said this for option A, go to the top right hand corner of your screen here, select the video settings, select speed settings for this video, and then put it on 1.5x or 2x so that you can watch this video in half the time but still see the entire thing and, you know, cut the time in half because this is a long or extended type of reading, okay? Okay, so I got 2 cards there, and then I'm going to pull from this other deck. And if you want a personal reading because this reading is too general for you or you feel like you need more details on your situation, check the description box below or the comment section. I'm doing this particular reading for $25. Actually, most of my readings, they're $25 to $45 depending on amount of time or what you're looking for. But this particular reading is just 25 for now. So, all right, you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip this over so I can just start reading on this while I'm shuffling. I am capable of doing that. So, wow, interesting. Queen of Wands in reverse. Emperor in reverse. Interesting, you guys. So interesting. When I tell you cards can come back up, they can come back up. Keep in mind that, like I said, because I'm participating in this, I did a reading the night before for myself for the same thing, except this time I decided to share this with you guys. So that you guys, if you can, if you're going through the same thing, you can get something out of the reading as well, and you may be able to resonate with it or you may not. But I got similar energy, similar cards. If you watch, and you should watch Selection 8, otherwise why are you watching this? You know, you're supposed to watch both. I got the Queen of Wands in option A, and she too was in reverse. So either you guys are in some really frustrated energy, or an energy where you're lacking passion, or you're in energy where you don't know how to lead in this situation, or you don't know how to function right now, or you're just like or you guys could just be frustrated or just upset or angry or feeling like I said, a loss of passion for any reason, or not really knowing how to lead or guide in a situation, or just out of sorts. Or maybe you could be even exhausted, I want to say, out of energy. Okay. Now, for some of you, you may not be taking on this energy. It may be someone else with this energy. It may be also a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that is in the situation, either interfering or somehow they're involved. It also could be someone, even if that's not their sun sign, it may be those signs somewhere else in their natal birth chart, or they could just be taking on this fire energy, this negative fire energy, though, you know, because this is in the reverse. But with the Emperor card here next to it in reverse, I want to really say that this is about the fact that you guys are just not really knowing how to take the lead here and make choices and decisions here. And it would make sense because it's a tough situation. That's what this whole reading is about, is having options and not really knowing which option is the best one to take. And that's, you know, that very well relates to inability or a struggle with making leadership decisions, or making or knowing how to lead the way here with this, or knowing how to make a tough choice, because the Emperor in the upright knows how to make tough calls and tough decisions, because they know how to seek out wise counsel, or they have wise counsel available to them, or they know how to use their experience and their previous wisdom and education here. And this is not for you guys to feel like you're babies or you don't know how to do anything. This is more so about the fact it could be that you're just frustrated and exhausted with trying to make a decision, or you're just like really not knowing how to make the decision because maybe you want to make the best decision. You know what I'm saying? It can be frustrating. It doesn't mean that you don't know how to do anything. It just could mean that you're just stunted here with your ability to make a choice. Interesting. 9 of Pentacles in reverse here. So this is like not feeling lucky, or not feeling like you can do this on your own, or not feeling like you're able to be on your own or independent somehow. And that's interesting because, like I said, this is related to option B. Option B, selection B, choice B. So what is it, you guys, that's going on in this situation that has you feeling like you are lacking independence here, or like you're lacking the ability to step out on your own, or you're lacking the luck, abundance, or prosperity? Because that's what the 9 of Pentacles is in the reverse. I don't really like that too much. So I'm going to put this particular deck back, and then I'm going to pull from my vice versa deck and see what we get out of this deck. And keep in in mind, you guys, tarot readings or in readings, period, they're just to help you gain insight. Nothing is set in stone because we have free will. God gave us free will. And situations and details can change moment by moment, day by day, based off of how you either choose to perceive situations or how you choose to operate in a situation, or whatever choices you decide to make, whatever actions you decide to take, okay? So don't ever feel like anything is set in stone and you're doomed, okay? So if you don't like the energy you see here, nothing's set in stone. You have the ability to change the energy, to change outcomes. And no outcome was set here, by the way. Not in reading A, and one won't be said here in B either. You know, there's no certain outcomes. What it comes down to is this is just the energy that you have to work with in the situation. And it's showing the potential. It's showing the potential here, okay? So nothing is set in stone. It's really all up to you guys to some extent, but what I'm trying to give you guys is some insight so you can see if maybe you want to dodge a bullet, or you can see what situation is the most beneficial, okay? For me, I don't feel like, because I'm participating in this reading, I don't feel like there's a bullet necessarily to dodge. I just feel more so like there is just a need to know which situation will be more beneficial. Okay, so I got the 5 of Cups here, and it flipped itself out sideways, sort of going a little downward. Okay, I pay attention greatly to positions of cards. I don't know how many tarot readers do that, but I do. Intuitively, I do that because it always speaks to me. It always says something to me. When I see all these cards that I lay down, it tells me a story. It paints a picture. You know what I'm saying? So with the 5 Cups there, and it being, and keep in mind, vice versa, what I love about these, it has more than one side. So there's more than one way to interpret something. The 5 of Cups is all about crying over spilled milk. It's all about having regrets. It's all about having doubts that things could ever go right. You know what I'm saying? Or doubts that things even turned out right at all, and thinking the worst, literally thinking the worst. And it's more so about perception than it is the actual situation. Sometimes it actually can be reality, but a lot of times this card is a perception card rather than the actual truth. Because a lot of times we may deem a situation as a loss or a disappointment, or feel like we made some mistakes or some errors or regretted something, or feel like maybe something bad happened to us or something will. But in this case, this card usually always points out that even though some of the cups look spilled, there's 2 other cups still sitting up there, meaning that there's still opportunity to gain there, okay? So there's no need to have regret. But with this card being sideways, but leaning a little bit towards downwards, I feel like you guys are a little more hopeful than you think. So I feel like you guys are trying to be optimistic here in the situation regardless. But I feel like you guys are teetering here with, you're stuck between, can this work out or can it not? Will I regret choosing this option or will I not? Will I regret dealing with this option or not? Will I regret choosing this person or not? Will I regret taking this path or not? Will I regret this job or career or whatever it is or not? Or going to this particular location or choosing this particular home? Whatever it may be, you know, the option is that you have, or the choice you have. It's like you guys are just kind of like wondering or wavering here with, like, you want to be optimistic and feel like you're not going to regret what you're going to choose here with this particular option, option B. However, you're kind of wondering, what could this really flip around the other way, and you actually end up feeling a disappointment or a loss for whatever reason, or feeling like you made the wrong choice, or feeling like you missed out on an opportunity or option. So let's see what this is pointing out. So yeah, this is like a bittersweet card to me. It's like, it's good, but then it's not. You know, these are flowers. It's like something is blossoming here, but it's not. It's like something is beautiful here, but then it's not. You know, it's kind of odd. It's kind of, I get it. I totally get it. You know, I really do. I totally get it when I'm seeing that. Because I'm definitely seeing how this resonates in my situation for my options, right? I'm so curious to hear how this resonates for you guys, okay, who did decide to do this reading. But yeah, I feel like you guys are kind of like with this situation here with option B, you're really frustrated because you really can't decide here. And it could be this is a tough call here. And you guys are with this situation, you're feeling somehow like you can't stand on your own 2 feet with deciding this. Like some of you guys maybe even wanting other people to like help you figure this out, but and this is not that's not going to resonate for everybody, just some of you, but I feel like you guys are just like, if you don't select this option, are you going to regret it? And but at the same time you're like, if you do, you may, you know, you may not regret it, but at least you hope you won't. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you feel a little bit more optimistic here, but at the same time you're still like, you don't feel like you can make the choice here for some reason. You're frustrated about that because this particular option, it has its beauty, but then it doesn't. It has its benefits, but then it doesn't. It has its good side, but then it doesn't. It's romancing, but then it isn't. You know what I'm saying? It's alluring, but then it isn't. It has something desirable, but then it doesn't. You see what I'm saying? This situation feels so like there's definitely pluses and minuses. There's definitely pros and cons. And you're like, if you don't choose this option, you might regret it. But if you do, you still wonder if you're going to regret it. But you feel like you're not going to regret it though, because you probably know this is still a good option. But you just want to make the right decision. That's what I'm getting here. Let's see what other details come up here. Hold on here now. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. See, here we go again. Now this is the Inquirer card, but it's in reverse. The Inquirer card is usually, it's like a curiosity card, but it's like it's you. And it's in reverse. And like I said, it's still pointing to your inability here to really figure it out and really know exactly how you really truly feel. It's like having very mixed emotions here with option B. And I feel like it's because option B is very much so, it has its pros, but it has its cons. It has its benefits, but it has its disadvantages, you know? And neither one of these things in terms of the pros and cons are enough for you to just completely axe the situation out and know for sure that, oh, I'm not going to be happy with this, or oh, I know I'm going to be totally happy with this, you know? You get the body card, so this is definitely affecting you physically. It's affecting your well-being somehow. But then you have the Fool card in reverse, meaning you're kind of like not, you're feeling like you're not ready to take a chance here yet, if that makes any sense. You're not willing to, or you're not ready to take a chance yet. And it's relating to something physical. So maybe it's something about the physical location. Maybe it's something about the way it makes you feel physically, if it affects your physical well-being or your health in some form. It could be because a lot of times the body is my health card as well, but it's a physical card. It's a physical card, but it's also the health card to me as well. It depends on what's going on in the situation. So I feel like this is throwing off your well-being to some extent, but somehow I feel like the situation is related to physical location or it's relating to how the physical environment is, or it's relating to how it affects, like I said, your health, your well-being, or whatever. And somehow you're just not willing to take the chance to step out here, or you're not sure you can take the chance to step out here physically. Maybe it's the location physically that you're not so thrilled about or something. Or maybe you're just not sure how this physical location will affect you. Okay? And how it will affect your well-being, your peace of mind. Maybe it's not physically accessible to you as much as you would like it to be. Like I said, it could be location again, or it could be something that feels like it's out of touch or out of reach for you, or you're just feeling like you can't quite get there, or you can't, you don't know if you can take that chance to step out there. So once again, here's the Emperor card. So this is pointing out to you for advice, is pointing out to you that you need to be able to take the lead here and be able to make the tough calls and the tough choices that you need to make, and just empower yourself, because you're feeling a little unempowered in the situation. And that's another thing I want to say about the Queen of Wands in reverse. That's a very unempowered person, you know, because they don't know how to lead. They don't know how to take the lead, or they don't know how to, like I said, take a lead in a situation, which is making choices and decisions, you know, or feeling a lack of passion, things like that. Sorry, guys. So the Emperor card encourages you guys to take charge, take the lead, empower yourselves, make the tough calls and decisions that you need to make. And if you're struggling to do so, Emperor knows how to, like I said, seek out wise counsel. Usually Emperor has wise counsel available, but if he doesn't, he goes and seek it out. Okay? So he will seek advice and insight and feedback, and, you know, seek information and seek services from other people to help him, you know, make his decisions. But it says use organization and logic as well, structure and discipline. Leadership is needed here in this situation, you guys. So let's see what else the cards will tell you guys and how to advise you in this situation, or what to expect. So this is saying let go. I feel like it's telling you to let go, simply because there's something that you guys are holding on to so hard here with this particular situation. It feels like there is something that you guys absolutely cannot that you just can't. It feels like it's something out of your control that you're so hung up on that you may need to just let it go. Okay, now I'm gonna see what the other advice cards say to see if this is pointing you to the direction that this is not your best option. But I feel more so that, like, this is about hang-ups over things that you absolutely cannot change, or you cannot control, about whatever this is with option B. Okay, and I feel like this, as soon as you let whatever those hang-ups go, you will be able to get a clearer mind and a more logical, rational mind, and be able to make the decisions you need to make. Because I feel like somehow your emotions may be tied into this somehow, or just at least, like I said, I feel like it's certain attributes with the option that is holding you up. And they're things that, like I said, you can't change or control. Let's see, like I said, what's going to come out here. But if we get more than one advice card telling you to leave something or let something go, I'm more apt to think that's meaning leave the option alone. But be patient, reverse. So it's pointing out you're not very patient, but you need to be patient and wait to take your turn, okay? Wait your turn in line, or wait for your opportunity to go down this slide. So maybe you need more time here. Either you need more time to see how the situation will unfold for option B, or maybe you need to be more patient with option B. Meaning there may be some deal breakers here, but I think you're aware that there are some pros to the situation as well and not just cons. And maybe you need to be more patient with this particular option simply because um, you can't always know how well or not it's going to work out for you up front. So if you select option B, you're just going to need to be patient with it and see how does it really work out, and also be able, I feel like, to lead the way. So if something is not ideal, but you know it has the opportunity to be improved upon or changed just by communicating, you know, uh, maybe communicating your terms, maybe communicating boundaries, maybe communicating agreements, maybe communicating um, requirements or expectations or whatever it is. But I don't know what this yoga card popped out, so I feel like this is stressing you guys out. This option B. So you guys, it's pointing out to do some yoga, but it's also pointing out to do some meditation and get your chakras aligned, okay? It says your life will be enhanced by yoga, stretching, exercise, but I'm also looking at the fact that she is meditating. She's getting her chakras aligned because her chakras is all out of whack. I feel like you guys are totally stressed out by this situation when it comes to option B, or just overall trying to choose what it is that you need to do. So in reverse, this is saying this is protected. It's pointing out that you guys don't feel safe, or you don't feel protected, or you don't feel like your best interest is looked out for, or you may not feel like, you know, look out for your best interest or how to protect yourself. But it's pointing out that you are safe and supported while you change your career, because the advice is always read in the upright. I always point out the energy in the reverse because it points out to me that subconsciously you guys may be feeling this this kind of way, but the advice is always read in the upright. Okay. I'm gonna pull for 2 more decks and then that will be it. Okay. I feel like this whole reading is pointing out that when you cannot make the decision, you need to be able to take a breather, let go of any hang-ups, and, you know, be patient, because you may find that the answers you need are going to come to you just by being patient and letting go of whatever hang-ups you're having or whatever exceptions you have with the situation here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I definitely can relate to this because I have been feeling quite tired and drained, physically, mentally, emotionally, you name it. Mostly physically and mentally, not necessarily emotionally. Okay. Medicine Woman in reverse. You are a channel for divine healing power. I feel like you guys know how to get yourself right in this situation. For those of you who are stressed out but you're not doing what you could to make sure that you're not letting this whole option be, or even if this is a person, you guys know how to not let this person or this situation or this option or this choice weigh so heavy on you to stress you out, but you haven't been choosing to do what it is you need to do. So you guys, you know how to rebalance yourself here in the situation. Please do so. That's what that's pointing out. Let me see, I get one more here. Infinite supply. Infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all your tomorrows. So you guys have the ability to, to do things, get things done. You guys have the ability to generate the energy you need to be resourceful here and be able to make a choice. But you got to know how to expend your energy wisely with this option B here. I love how much purple is on this card. Like, this is a beautiful card. It's just completely purple. I love purple. Okay. Regardless of this situation, if it is about love life or not, I read these general. So, you guys, this is in reverse. However, it may or may not resonate for some universe, but I pay attention to that. But I always read it in the upright. So this is pointing out, you guys may not have any past ties, or you may feel like you don't have any past ties to this, or anything that is that you're dragging from the past into the situation, but it's pointing out that you are dragging something from the past into the situation. And it could be previous experiences that you may have been disappointed in. That's what I'm getting intuitively. Or it could just be there is, depending on what's going on here, if it's a person, this is somebody you know from a past life, okay? Or you may have dealt with them in the past, in this present life, you know, maybe their ex or something, or somebody you dealt with before. But in this situation, if it's not about a person, like I said, it could be, you may have, like I said, some things from your past, baggage or whatever, that you may feel like you weren't dragging with you to the table when making this decision, especially in regards to option B, but you really have. Because this is the B written upright. So it's saying that, you know, this situation feels familiar to you for some reason. You know, you have seen this before. You have either known the person before, or you just been in this situation before here. Okay. This situation here may even be familiar to you. Maybe the area is familiar, the location or whatever, or the situation is familiar to you because maybe you've gone through this before. You know, but you guys are going to have to, like I said, take some time to meditate and figure it out. This situation here feels more like there's just pros and cons to this option B, or situation B, or whatever, or person B, but you don't know if you can take a chance on it, but you don't want to not take a chance on it. You see what I'm saying? You guys are so not able to make a choice or decision, and you guys are going to have to get yourself realigned and rebalance in order to do so. And you're going to have to let go of some hang-ups. Like I said, I feel like you guys bring baggage to the table because you got to let go, and you have past, it says past relationship, but when I read this in general, it's about something from the past or something that you either brought with you, meaning baggage, or past memories, past situations, past experience, past hang-ups, whatever it is. And it could even be nostalgia that you brought with you, but it's something you got to release and let go here in order for you to be able to move forward, because I feel like it's draining your energy and it's dragging your energy down. And these hang-ups are causing you to not be able to make a confident situation, or to be able to look at the situation more clearly, to feel confident in understanding the pros and cons and how they really matter to you, because some of the cons may not even be real cons or things that really should matter, and they may be things you're not going to really know how it affects you until you've had time in the situation and been patient with it. So I feel like with B, you could just, you know, go anywhere with this, but it's up to you. But I feel like you're stagnant with it. Now, I meant to pull from this deck here, but I never did pull from this deck for either stack A or B. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to timestamp this. For B, I'm going to pull these cards. I'm going to pull this card. And then for A, I'll do, you know, this particular last deck. And this may give you some more insight, but like I said, the option and the outcome is up to you guys. Okay. Because I didn't pull for outcomes with this reading. I didn't feel like that would be productive. On top of that, I just feel like you guys more so needed to know insight, to know, because this reading wasn't about which one. This wasn't about choose A or B. This was about which situation will be more beneficial, which person will be more beneficial, which option, period, no matter what it is, will be more beneficial, which job, career, which choice, which path, you know what I'm saying, will be more beneficial to you guys or will be the best for you. Which one, you know, should you choose? And this was more so about giving you insight so that you can choose for yourself. It wasn't about choosing for you, because that's unempowering to choose for you. You have to be able to choose for yourself. Tarot and oracle cards and readings, they're all about empowering you with insight and even pointing out things to you that you may be ignoring so that you can, you know, gain better clarity on your situations and your options, and then be able to better maybe decide for yourself once you didn't allow yourself to clear your mind, let go of hang-ups, whatever. So for, like I said, option B, what is this extra insight here? Come on, option B. And keep in mind, you guys can seek out a personal reading with me if you feel like you need a reading that's more direct for you, because this is a general reading. I'm participating in it, but it's general for the collective. So take what resonates and what doesn't, leave it where it's at, you guys. Dang, come on. I like them when they pop out. I'm just going to grab this. Interesting. Dissipating. So with option B, it looks like time is escaping you. Things are escaping you. Details may be escaping you. And this situation is wearing you out. Or you could be feeling worn out. Feeling old and worn out and tired. And things could be escaping you. You also could be wasting time, you know, and forgetting to do some things or take care of some things. But I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. So you guys, I feel like you're wasting time, you know, and I don't want to say you're wasting time with option B, but I feel like with not being able to really look at option B more clearly, and like I said, be able to balance out the pros and cons, it's causing you to, I don't know, to not really make a decision. Let me see if there's one more thing. Here we go. What's that? Yeah. Faith. Popped out sideways. So you guys are lacking faith. Okay? You're lacking faith. That came up in A. Not from this deck, but in A. When you go back and watch A or whatever, if you already watched A, you already know. Okay? You guys are lacking faith, but you need to have faith. So, all right. Now, for option A, I'm going to put these back in. But for option A, let's see what other extra details or insight you guys can gain for option A. Because I meant to pull this deck for option A as well, but I didn't get to do it there. So I'm going to do it here. Option A. Option A. Option A. Choice A. Option A. Option A, option A, option A, option A. All right, there's the one to flip. Okay, so you got the impasse card. Okay, so it's like for option A, it's like you're not able to get past something because something is blocking you, or because you might be blocking yourself subconsciously or mentally and emotionally, or someone really is standing in your way. But at the same time, whoever this is standing in the path here of A, their arms are open and wide. Now, this doesn't necessarily always feel like blocking. This also feels like being embraced. Okay, so I guess I feel like for some reason it depends on where your subconscious mind is at and how you're feeling subconsciously You know, are you feeling insecure or are you feeling optimistic? But it feels like a lot of times in past, a card is about being stopped in your tracks because you're not ready to step ahead or step forward yet, because either timing is everything or because there's something ahead that would get in the way, and you may need to wait for it to get out of the way, for it to be safe for you to clear. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to pull one more card. This is interesting. This also could be a gatekeeper. So with option A, there may be a gatekeeper as well. Somebody who's like, you can't enter this club. Or at least not yet you can't. Their rules or their boundaries or their standards or... and I honestly remember from that option A reading, there was something about boundaries. So maybe this feels like a certain kind of club even to some, you know, where, you know, you may be allowed to enter, you may not, but I feel like it's more about you showing your credentials or something for some reason. But this is definitely a different reading, you guys. I've never done a reading like this on my channel. I've done it for clients, but I've never done it on my channel, and the energy is just really interesting. Because like I said, even though I'm participating in this reading, I'm also sharing it with you guys. So I'm only taking what I know for sure resonates, because I've done this reading for myself last night. I got some similar cards, but not all of them are the same. So, and that's because this time it's for the collective. And I'm just participating. I'm sharing this reading with you guys. All right, so perfection card sideways. Okay. So that's pointing out here that with option A, you guys may feel the need to be perfect here, or there may be this expectation of being perfect. There may be this expectation of not wanting to mess up and wanting to do everything right or everything appearing perfect or being perfect. But this also feels like a offering to some extent. It's kind of interesting. It feels like an offering, but and this is also about growth, growing things to be ideal or perfect. Someone here in this situation, A or B, may even be a perfectionist or just want things to be perfect. I feel like also you may be blocked from things until they're better or perfect, or you may be kind of like hesitant yourself because you want things to be perfect with option A or B, or someone may be expecting you to offer something in order to get in. Okay. Like I said, this feels elitist, very elitist. Okay. Like this is an elite type of energy for option A or B. Okay. So you guys just take what resonates, because everything is not going to resonate for everyone. So that's all I'm going to say for option A. And hopefully this reading will help you guys. I'm going to probably do this reading again sometime. The next time I do it, it's not going to have nothing to do with my situation whatsoever, so I won't be participating. But like I said, I decided I was going to do this reading anyway, but I decided let me just share it with everyone else and let it be for the collective and not just myself, and see how it relates. Now, typically they say, oh, you can't do readings for yourself. The only reason why they say that is because a lot of times people don't want to be honest with themselves in the details when they come up in readings. And that's usually the only reason why people aren't supposed to or can't do readings for themselves, is because if you're not willing to be honest with yourself in the details and cards when they come up, then no, you can't interpret the readings right. But I've reached past that point of, you know, not wanting to see things for what they are. I can clearly allow myself to see things for what they are. Okay. So I can just still be indecisive, but it doesn't mean that I'm not willing to see details as they are. So it is time for me to go. I have to go pick up my son, and then I'm going to have to decide which office building I am going to select for my business. You guys wish me luck. This is something I'm extremely excited about, and it's also very taxing thing to decide because I want to make sure that I am making the best choices for my business and things like that, because I'm going far and I'm going wide and I'm going high and things are looking great, and I just couldn't be more excited. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully things are going really great and well for you guys too. Let me know how you guys are doing out there. And if you have any ideas for any whatever kind of readings you guys would like to see, I'm still open to doing this channel. I know I haven't given as much time, energy as I had before because I told you guys I have other things I've been working on. This is not something full time for me. But I am still open to doing it because I like sharing my gift, and it's also fun for me. So um, comment, you guys, and if you like the reading, hit the like button. If you don't like it, you can hit the dislike button. It won't bother me at all. If you comment though, please either share what's going on with you or how it relates or resonates, or constructive criticism. Somebody commented and there was like, the cards are too loud. You guys, unfortunately, I can't do anything about the cards are too loud. I put this here, this calendar, this large calendar. Hopefully, maybe the cards won't sound too loud. But, you guys give me comments on how you like the reading, not stuff that seems trivial and silly. Like, just either turn the volume down or take your headphones off and listen to it regular volume. I don't know. But, I appreciate you guys, those who have been here with me since day one and who have stuck around. I know there's a lot of channels out there. I see people subscribe all the time, but then I see people unsubscribe, so there are fickle people who subscribe one minute, next minute they unsubscribe. And that's okay, I've done the same thing with other channels. But if you want to know when other readings are coming up or when I'm doing lives, then hit the subscribe button and hit on notifications. Sometimes I do live readings, and I'm going to tell you something. Most people will tell you when they come into the live readings with me that the readings, when they sit there and they patiently wait for, and that I'm talking about when I'm doing pick a cards or whatever, when they sit and patiently wait for the next deck, it feels like a personal reading for them. And because their energy get picked up in the chat, in the live videos like that. So don't take for granted that when I'm doing live videos that, it's not like a personal reading. It really very much can be and has been for some of you. So you want to definitely know when I'm coming to do live. So make sure you hit for the notification bell also when you're subscribed. Appreciate you guys. Peace and many blessings to you all. And I pray that you guys, whatever decisions you're struggling to make, that you will have a much easier time than I have been, but that you will be able to make the right choices for you, okay? Peace.